हेलो एवरीवन, आई होप आप सब अच्छे होंगे। आज फिर से एक बार हम लोग प्रैक्टिस करेंगे इंटरव्यू की, मतलब मैं करूँगा। एंड यू कैन सी कि कैसे हम गूगल एआई स्टूडियो का यूज़ कर रहे हैं इंटरव्यू प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए। सो मैं स्टार्ट करता हूँ यहाँ से वॉइस और वीडियो।
I can conduct the interview using voice or text, whichever works better for you. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, when I will say 1, 2, 3 start, then you will start. Wait for a second, ma'am.
Got it. I'll ready to begin as soon as you say 1, 2, 3 start. Pick your time.
Okay, 1, 2, 3 start.
Good morning, Mr. Pratap Singh. Please introduce yourself.
Good morning everyone. My name is Varun Pratap Singh. I belong to Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. I have done my BSc PCM from University of Lucknow. After completing that, I did my B.Ed from LU only. While I was doing B.Ed, I did internships and also taught students in my locality, means gave one-to-one tuition to them. After completing my B.Ed, I started teaching in a private institution in Lucknow only, and from last 2 years I have been teaching students in private institution in Lucknow. I have done CCC computer course, so means I am well versed with the use of technology. My hobbies are playing chess and exercising. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pratap Singh. Why did you choose teaching as a profession?
Ma'am, I choose teaching as a profession because it suits my personality. I feel very happy and content when I explain concepts and the student feel that they have understand, and the expression that they have understood the concept which I have told them helps me. Also simplifying complex concepts and solving maths questions in simpler ways by which a student can understand that makes me I feel that I can do that in very good manner. Means this teaching work, I like it very much, ma'am.
That's a great passion. Now, why do you want to join KVS or NVS?
Ma'am, KVS and NVS both of the institution are the prestigious in our country, and they align with my goal of teaching and serving students and giving them holistic development. Also, they provide a very good career growth. Means they provide professional trainings as well as a very good environment for growth. And in totality, these two institutions allows me to have growth as well as stability. Thank you.
That makes sense. Are you willing to serve anywhere in India?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Good. Moving on to subject knowledge. Why do you think students generally fear mathematics?
Now, generally students fear mathematics because either in junior classes or there is a gap. In generally junior classes they did not get the grip of the concept. So when they come to higher classes, they feel a bit of difficulty because the concepts become a bit tougher, and also the calculation part is also there. So these two things generally form the basis of fear in students, because they feel that the gap between the knowledge they need and the exact thing they means to perform well, the gap is quite large. So they fear that they will not be able to do that. That's the main issue in generally.
That's a perceptive observation about conceptual gaps. How would you explain to a student that 0 is an even number?
Ma'am, as we know that zero even number are the numbers which when divided by 2 gives remainder, means remainder none as remainder. Also that's a basic thing. So in general, if we divide 0 by 2, we get remainder as 0 only, hence 0 is a even number. Also we know that if two even numbers are added, we get a even number. So 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. So 0 is a even number as 2 is already even number. Also we know that an even number and odd number is added, they give a odd number, hence 1 plus 0 gives odd number 1, so hence 0 is a number. So that's a basic thing, means I can explain this to a student and they will be able to understand that.
That's a well-reasoned explanation using properties. Quickly, why is division by zero undefined?
Ma'am, in concept terms, it is like if we divide 10 by 0, and means if there are 10 chocolates and we have to give them to 0 people, then this is undefined, means it cannot be done in real life. Also, there is no number which when multiplied by 0 gives 10. So that's why we can say that dividing any number by 0 is undefinable, means is undefined.
That's correct both in practical and logical terms. Now, if a student asks, "Sir, I don't understand why we study algebra," how will you answer?
I will tell him in start that in general life we have different components, like when a shopkeeper sells any goods like chocolate or biscuit, so any person coming to the shop will ask various means he will be asking in various terms, like 10 biscuit, 2 chocolates, 11 chocolates, 10 biscuit or something, means there is a variability in general life, there is a change. So in algebra we use variables to denote these concepts, by which we can have a concept, like in generally in a fare, while we are booking Ola or Uber or any taxi, they ask for a fixed charge plus variable charge also. They ask like for 1 kilometer the charge is 10 rupees, and for further they will add 8 rupees. So here the fixed component is 10, that is constant, and the variable is the extra miles we go. So in general, algebra helps us to counter the variability we face in general life. That's why algebra is very important, because in higher complexities we need more variables. That's why.
Could you expand on that a bit more? What's the practical use of algebra in daily life or other fields?
Like I gave the example of taxi fare, where 10 rupees, 10 something amount like 100 rupees for 1 kilometer, and after that the variability increases, like we can form an equation like 100 plus 10 8y, something like this we can form. And algebra in the sense help us to means use the variable component in general. That's it, ma'am.
I understand, using variables to model real-world situations. Moving on, can you differentiate between a quadratic polynomial and a quadratic equation?
A quadratic polynomial is an means polynomial where the highest power is 2. In the same case, quadrilateral equation also have highest power in variable as 2, but in equation we equate RHS and LHS, and in a polynomial we just have an polynomial like ax square plus bx plus c, but in quadratic equation we equate it to 0, that is x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So that's a major difference.
That's a clear distinction. And what is the geometric meaning of slope?
Geometric meaning of slope?
Yes, geometrically, what does the slope of a line represent?
Tan 45 degree it represents, means tan theta it represents, and the formula to calculate if we have the coordinates, then the formula is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1.
You've described the calculation method. Geometrically, it represents the steepness or the rate of change of the line on the graph. How do you make trigonometry interesting for students?
Firstly, I will try to make them understand the need of the topic and where its application is based. So when their need is, they know the need and application, so they will get interest in that. Like if we want to use a cannon and use cannon to throw a ball or something like that from a means above the mountain, then at what angle we should throw it, or javelin throw like Neeraj Chopra javelin throw, is at what angle he should throw that to get the maximum length. So these things we can explain through trigonometry. Also measuring distance, we can do that also, ma'am.
Connecting concepts to real-world applications is a great way to build engagement. Now, we'd like to move to the demo part. Please teach trigonometry to class 10 students. Assume we are your students. You may start.
Okay, ma'am. I will be writing here. Okay. So I will start like this. If you can see, I guess you can see that. So I will be writing here. So good morning, everyone. Open your copies and books and be ready. Open the chapter. Be ready with your stationaries. So I will ask a question to you. What are the types of triangles you know? Anyone? Yes. There are three types of triangle. Yeah, that is acute angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle, and right angle triangle. Okay, and there are also another type on the basis of their side, that is scalene triangle and isosceles triangle and equilateral triangle. But today we will talk about a special triangle, that is right angle triangle. Can anyone tell what is the specialty of that? The specialty is that that one angle of the right angle triangle is 90 degree. So this right angle triangle, we can see here, let it be ABC, where the 90 degree is at B. So the specialty is this, that there are three sides and all the three sides have their unique name. If we observe through side vertex C, we can say that the side in front of it will be what? That will be perpendicular. The side adjacent to this angle will be base, and the angle side opposite to the 90 degree will be called as hypotenuse, which is the largest side present in the right angle triangle. The important thing is that these three lines have a relation in them. Can anyone tell that relation? Yes, the relation is Pythagoras, that is h square plus p square plus b square, and this you have studied in class 8th. And there are various triplets which is called as Pythagorean triplet, like 3, 4 and 5. Similarly 6, 8 and 10 and various others. So this right angle triangle has a very much speciality, and we will be talking about the ratios of their sides and various and name these ratios. So we will start. So what we studied till now, that there is a right angle triangle, and right angle triangle specialty is what? That its one side is 90 degree. The three sides which are there, if you are observing from a single vertex or angle, we get the three sides: hypotenuse, which is the largest side, perpendicular and base. Okay. Now we will talk about further that the ratios, how they are dealt with. So P upon H, this ratio is known as sine, S-I-N-E, sine ratio. Okay. And similarly there is cosine. Cosine is what? Base upon hypotenuse. Now one question more: if two sides are there, means if there is a line and a perpendicular is drawn, or something is drawn here, okay, a perpendicular is drawn here, okay, and the angle here is 90 degree, okay, and if we make another ray here, now this angle is 50, then this angle will be what? This will be 40. So 50 plus 40 is 90. Can anyone tell me what these two angles will be called as? When the sum of two angles is 90, then these two angles will be called as? These two angles will be called as complementary. Similarly, sine and cosine, here co is coming from complementary and the complementary is coming from here only. You can say that if we had A, B, C, so C was something and cosine is coming from that. So you have to understand that sine and cosine are correlated. Okay. Similarly, we have tan, that is perpendicular upon base. And you can stop me, ma'am, if you think that my demo is okay. If I am continuing, so you can continue. If you think I should continue, you don't speak. Be silent. So tan theta will be perpendicular upon base. After that, now we have also the reciprocal of these. So h by p will be what? Cosec. Is similarly cosine reciprocal will be sec, that is h by b, and similarly tan theta opposite will be cotan, that will be b by p. Also remember the full name of the ratios: sine, cosine, cosecant, secant, tangent, cotangent. Okay, in short we say them sine, cosine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec. Okay, and here co, where it is coming, it is complementary. Now we can also learn that sine into cosec will be equal to 1, as both are reciprocal to each other. Similarly tan theta, cot theta is equal to, into cot theta is 1, and similarly sec theta into cosec theta will be equal to 1. So I hope you understand this. Let's revise quickly. We understood that right angle triangle is a special type of triangle. Why? Because it has the three sides which have a specific use, that is perpendicular, base and hypotenuse. And we related all these threes with the use of Pythagoras, that is h square is equal to p square plus b square. These three form a triplet, that is Pythagorean triplet. And after that, what we can say, that we talked about the ratios which are there, like p by h, b by h, and p by b, that is sine, cos and tan, and the reciprocals like cosec, sec and cot. And we also understood that when these two multiplied ratios will get multiplied, like sine and cosec, we get 1, tan and cot also 1, and cosec and sec into cos also 1. So I hope you understand. Ma'am, is it okay or should I continue?
That's fine for the demo, thank you. Now, why did you choose this teaching method, focusing on the ratios and reciprocals?
Ma'am, as this is the start of the chapter, and stating in start the ratios with full names will be able to make them aware with the concept, because these are the basic foundation which is required in means solving numericals as well as solving complex questions.
Establishing that solid foundation is crucial. What prior knowledge do you think students need before starting trigonometry?
As we discussed in start, they will be needing to know and understand the right angle triangle, Pythagorean theorem, Pythagorean triplets also, and that's it. Complementary and supplementary angles. These are some basic things they have to prior knowledge.
Those are key foundational concepts. Now, what learning objective did you intend to achieve with this lesson? What's the main thing they should walk away with?
They should understand the ratio of sides is a very specific thing in a right angle triangle, and it's fixed, it's universal. So they should understand that, not memorize the ratios. Firstly, understand the ratios like p by h or some anything ratios which can be formed are very important, and they are very unique in terms of any right angle triangle, either big or small.
So the conceptual understanding is paramount. How will you assess whether students have understood that universality? How will you check for that comprehension?
I will try to give them two triangles, one bigger or with some different orientation, and try to ask them that which is firstly what is perpendicular, what is base, and what is hypotenuse. If they are able to answer that properly, then I will go further step and ask the ratios, like changing the angle of observation. Like I was observing from angle C, now I will ask them the question from angle A, so they can tell the difference.
That's an effective way to vary the context and assess understanding. What teaching aids would you use if a smartboard was unavailable? Just the basics.
I will be using a geometry box, and I will try to use a right angle triangle there, or means square set, and that's it basically. That I will be using, ma'am.
Practical tools like those are very useful. Now, moving on to pedagogy, what is experiential learning?
Experiential learning is a way of learning in which the students learns through experience, and by means doing something like any practical work, and he tried to incorporate it and inside him, and generally observe the things.
Certainly, learning by doing. How would you apply that concept in mathematics, specifically? Can you give an example?
Like in general, solving how to calculate the area of the square. So I can give them a square, uh, and then ask them to calculate its area, or by using scale or something like that, and also they it could be given that to make a circle using uh, different instrument present around them, stationary around them, not using divider or compass in start. Excuse me.
Those are practical activities that would make the concepts more concrete. Now, what is competency based education?
Competency based education is an education in which student uh, have a holistic development, and according to their level of understanding, the questions and the questionnaire are made. That's it.
A key part is that progress is based on demonstrating specific mastery, not just time spent. Now, what is formative assessment? And how does it differ from summative assessment?
Ma'am, in formative assessment, the teacher try to analyze and try to assess that the student, which the lesson plan or the objectives which are given to them, topics which are given taught to them, are they able to grasp them, and are they able to apply them while they are teaching the concept. Like the chapter is trigonometry, here in start the complementary angles or this ratio types of question could be asked in between, and it could be understood that are the objective means is the way of learning, if the way of teaching is understood by the students or not, means it is done in continuation, and to understand that the way of teaching is understood by the students or not.
That's right, it's ongoing feedback. Summative assessment, on the other hand, happens at the end of a unit or term to evaluate student learning. Moving on to NEP 2020, how would you implement NEP 2020 in mathematics teaching?
Ma'am, as in NEP 2020, we have the main goal that the student should have holistic development, plus he should learn through interdisciplinary method, and he should be provided with practical learning. So I will try to give them projects, and after completing the chapter, also I will try to make the subject interdisciplinary, like using daily life example in the fields of commerce, and any type in any field which could be used practically. uh, that's it, ma'am.
An interdisciplinary approach is very beneficial. Now, what do you understand by 21st century skills? Which ones are important for a math teacher?
The 21st century skills are using tech for teaching, and incorporating that them in our lesson plan, by which students have a better edge and overall development. So a teacher should try to learn various skills of using internet and IoT to explain the concepts, as well as make the material, and you assess the students' knowledge very easily.
Technology integration is definitely key. We'll pause there for now. We're about to enter the classroom management part. Suppose a student never participates in class. What will you do?
I will firstly talk to him or her and ask the reason. If he is able to explain it, then I will try to give him solution. In general, what happens that the student feel underconfident, and they hesitate to answer. They feel that if they try to answer, if the answer goes wrong, or they will be laughed. Means they feel underconfident in general. So I will try to make him sit with students who are very active in general, and also try to tell him, ask him in my class some easy questions by which his confidence boost up, and slowly I will try to give him group projects by which he can get involved and slowly perform.
Building confidence iteratively is a good strategy. And what would you...
Ma'am, you can continue.
All right, let's continue. How will you handle a student who never participates in class? What's your first approach?
I told ma'am I will be again telling you that I will try to ask him the reason. In general, what happens, they get underconfident while participating, and they feel that they are not well prepared. So I will try to like in classroom setup, I will try to ask him easy questions by which he answers them, or he or she answers them. And also while giving projects and assignments, I will try to assign a group in a groups, so he can participate with a group which is more active, so he can involve, and slowly he will develop the confidence. That's it, ma'am.
Building confidence incrementally seems like a good approach. Now, what if a student is performing poorly despite repeated guidance? How will you handle that situation?
I will certainly I will ask him that what's the reason. In general, the teaching methodology could be the issue, and I will try to change my teaching methodology according to him. I mean, in general, while for doing classroom teaching, I will try to give a bit more focus on him and try to understand and see that is he giving response to my questions and various concept I am teaching or not. In totality, I will try to incorporate him in the class, engage in the class, give easier exercises to him, and ask him means at least check for 1 or 2 weeks regularly that he is doing the work or not. Starting with easier questions, exercises questions, and then moving towards hard numerical problems to understand that he is able to go along with the classroom or not.
That's a very comprehensive plan, adjusting methods, providing extra support, and monitoring closely. Now, half of your class fails in mathematics. What will be your first step?
I will firstly try to analyze the scores and try to have a portfolio record of them. If their record was good and suddenly the marks are suddenly dropped, so I will try to check that the level of the exam is if it was very hard or very complicated question were asked. And if the question were easy or medium level and then also they failed, then it could be the reason of my teaching methodology. I will improve it, and I will try to ask students on individual level that what issue they faced. If the general issue is my teaching methodology, I will try to change it. If it is the lack of practice or lack of material, then I will try to provide it. That's it.
Analyzing the situation and being flexible in your approach is the right start. Now, 2 students are fighting during your class. How will you manage that situation?
Ma'am, if the students are fighting, my immediate reaction will be to stop them and then talk to them outside the class or in a separate space without disturbing the class. I will try to give a bit of homework or something exercises to the other students, and then ask the students which were fighting that what happened, and if they blame each other, I will try to resolve the matter and ask them to shake hand. And if the matter is quite serious, I will take that matter to the higher authorities like principal or vice principal.
Addressing the disruption promptly and handling it outside the main classroom is wise. We're going to move to the rapid fire round now. Please answer quickly. What is BALA?
No, ma'am, I don't know.
It stands for Building as Learning Aid. What is TLO?
I don't know, ma'am.
That's Teaching Learning Outcome. What is inclusive education?
Ma'am, in inclusive education, we try to incorporate various students. Either they are gifted or they are have some special abilities, or they face some mental issues. So, try to incorporate everyone in the class and try to teach them all.
Correct. Teaching all students regardless of their differences. What is positive reinforcement?
Positive reinforcement is like giving a task to them, and when the task is done by the students, then giving them any reward or reward by which they feel positive.
Exactly. Encouraging desirable behavior. Is 0 positive or negative?
0 is neither negative nor positive.
Correct. What is FLN?
Don't know, ma'am.
It stands for Foundational Literacy and Numeracy. What is scaffolding?
Ma'am, it's hand holding, and means it's like if we give a question to them and solve them step by step. Firstly I solve and then they solve, one step and one step. That's scaffolding, like hand holding.
Correct. Providing support until they can do it independently. What is a rational number?
Rational numbers are the number which can be represented in P by Q form, where Q is not equal to 0, and P and Q are written in the means simplest form.
Correct, with the addition that P and Q are integers. What is Bloom's taxonomy?
Bloom taxonomy states that how the students learns the concepts, like starting with knowledge and ending with application and something like that.
It's a hierarchy of learning objectives, moving from basic recall to higher order thinking. What is the motto of KVS?